Is your child learning in the classroom? Well, it might surprise some of you. Many kids are being taught the exact opposite of what their parents are trying to teach them at home. After hearing some of what his fifth-grade daughter was learning at school, our next guest decided it was time to set the record straight. Joining us are the co-authors of the new book, Your Teacher Said What? Defending Our Kids from the Liberal Assault on Capitalism. Host of CNBC's Squawk Box, Joe Kernan, and his daughter, co-author Blake. Nice to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Blake, I got to go right to you. Fun to write a book?
Oh my God, I had the best time I think I've ever had. This week has been one of the best of my life, and these two and a half years I've loved. I love doing everything with my daddy, and we got to do everything together, and it was so great.
Who have you met?
I've met Matt Lauer. I've met Mrs. Van Sester.
Thank you very much.
Sean Hannity.
Sean Hannity, yes, Sean Hannity.
Ducey. Mr. Piers Morgan.
Mr. Morgan, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Kudlow.
Mr. Kudlow.
So you've met everybody.
Yes.
Pretty much, a lot of people. All right, so Joe, why did you write the book?
After the financial crisis, I think that capitalism started to get a bad rap. I think it was mischaracterized to some extent. I think that it's easy when you revise history a certain way. If you have the mainstream media working with you, you can actually change what people will refer to what happened. I think at this point people would say it's Wall Street caused the financial crisis, and it's much more complicated than that. What I want her to understand is that capitalism has been the greatest engine, the greatest driver for prosperity in the history of the world, and there's a lot of examples of that in there. And maybe you can find some times in history where you have boom and bust periods, you have greed followed by fear. We know how that works. But compared to any other system, a lot of the great things that we take for granted came as a result of free markets and capitalism.
Well, what's fun about the book are the conversations, the references, Blake's conversations. Was there one particular conversation we thought, I've got to step in, I want to write this because schools are just maybe teaching it the wrong way?
If I had to point to one thing, I guess it would probably be, she's a little girl, loves the environment. She's an environmental eagle. She goes to the Arboretum. So I want her to be that way, I do, but I want her to understand that, for example, if there's a factory, it looks like it's polluting. You don't just automatically decide, I got to shut this factory down. It might be making pharmaceuticals to help people that are sick. It might be making fertilizer to help feed the world. All of her classmates, their father might work at the factory. So if you can make it safe, you can make sure that it's not causing any harm, you don't just arbitrarily or just a knee-jerk reaction, you just don't go with, let's shut it down for the environment.
Has he persuaded you at all in terms of, when you talk about business, the environment, or are you still,
Well, the main thing about this book is it's taught me that there's more than one side, and that a lot of the great things we have, like Joe earlier said, medicine or a Boeing jet, is from capitalism. And without capitalism, we wouldn't have all these amazing things that make America what it is today.
I'm big on American exceptionalism too, Greta. The way it happened, what's basically in our genes in terms of taking a chance, people that left what they had to come here, and I don't want her to feel bad if someday she wants to start a business and wants to make a lot of money, and a lot of people end up being employed from her idea, whatever it is. And the ability, or the being able to own an idea is not that recent, only 200 or 300 years, and it's changed the way the world is, and it's raised all of our standard of living and quality of living.
Are there some of your classmates, you think, Blake, who think that it's bad to make money?
Yes.
Really?
Some people in my class actually, we had a paper that said a problem where there was an environmental side and a business side, and
she converted. It was going to be 19-0.
it was there are 19 kids in my class, and the question was phrased so one-sidedly that it used to be 19 out of 19 kids voted the environmental side, but then when you really thought about it, who knows what that business is making, and who knows if it actually is polluting. They'll do something if it is polluting. You can test the ground, or you can test the air, and if it is polluting, then we'll do something about it. But if it isn't, then just keep it going.
I asked her about the spotted owls. Should we cut down the trees, or do we protect the spotted owls? And she said, I want to set up a place where we can protect the spotted owls in a certain area, and then hire a lot of people to protect them and take down some of the timber, but like have a little oasis for the spot.
Yes.
So I've at least got her to that point.
That's good. Well, it's a great book. Your teacher said what? Love the picture. I'm worried a little bit that Blake's going to come and steal my job, but outside of that, it's wonderful to have both of you here, and good luck with your book, and I look forward to your next book.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.